Hello, my dear students. So in this lab, we're going to try to understand the Hubble's law. Now, we're going to pretend that the surface of this balloon is acting like the space itself. As the space expands, so does the surface of the balloon. So for this lab, the first thing you need to do is to blow up your balloon about 8 inches. Alright, that's about 8 inches. Now, don't do too little and don't do too much. Now, on the very crown of the balloon, on the very top of the balloon, we're going to draw one galaxy, and we make sure that that galaxy has a nucleus. In other words, a nice round nucleus, so that we can measure from the center of this nucleus to the center of all the other galaxies. And so this we're going to mark as MW, Milky Way. Alright, now we're going to draw 10 other galaxies around the balloon at different distances from the Milky Way. So this would be galaxy number 1. We make sure we draw a nucleus, and then we draw the spiral arms, just pretending these are all galaxies. We mark it number 1, then number 2, number 3, all the way to number 10. Next thing we do, we're going to have to measure all the distances. These are the initial distances of all the galaxies away from the Milky Way galaxy. And so we need to hold this end of the balloon so the air doesn't escape. In this case, I'm going to use some kind of a twist tie that I got from the store. So I just tighten it and I start measuring it. Now, to measure, the easiest way to do it is to use a string or a ribbon, and you put one end of the ribbon in the very center of the Milky Way galaxy and the other end in the center of the galaxy that you want to measure. So we're going to go from Milky Way to galaxy number 1, and then we measure it. So here is the distance. Now we get our ruler, we take the centimeter side, and we measure the length of this ribbon, and it turns out to be about 3.7 centimeters. So that's the initial measurement. We do that for all the galaxies on the balloon to see how far away they are from the Milky Way. Next, we put a ribbon down, we put the ruler down, and we open up this balloon and we start blowing it up to the final size. In this case is going to be about 12 inches. So we blow it up. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now we need to tighten it, and this is the final measurement, so we can just tighten the balloon really good so we can make our final measurements. I'm going to tighten this like so, and now I'm going to start measuring again with the ribbon. So as you can see, everything is expanded. So you need to make sure that you measure from the center of the Milky Way to the center of galaxy number 1 and so on. So here's the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and before it was 3.7, so in this case it's a lot longer now. So we measure the final measurement of the distance. We put it on the ruler again, and we measure it, and this time it's going to be about 8.1 centimeters. So it's more than doubled. Now we do the same thing for the rest of these galaxies. Measure all the final distances, we write it all down. If you subtract the initial measurement from this final measurement, that gives us how far the galaxy has moved. And we're going to pretend that all this happened in 1 second. So that gives us the velocity that the galaxies are moving away from the Milky Way. That's called recessional velocity.